Day 28. Channeling from Source. Breathe and rest and relax. Soften in your body. Today we are talking about the little soul, part 2 of the story. As it has gone through many levels of the preparation to this school of earth, it is at the final stage of the assessment with the guides. So, how has it been? Asked the guides. Well, it is very confusing. All these scenarios that I've gone through, I don't understand why they cut themselves from love, why they treat each other so badly, why they don't know that there are abundance and they don't have to manipulate others or manipulate the world to get to what they want. They can just ask the universe. They've forgotten all of this. Yes, they have. It's part of the simulation. It's part of the game of this incarnation. You know that. And you yourself want to experience that. Are you absolutely sure? Yes. I'm hoping to be one of the spiritual masters, the light workers, the ones who are anchoring love and light on this planet. Yes, said the guide, it might take a few lifetimes. Would you be ready for that? Oh yes, it's okay if it takes a few lifetimes. I've got eternity and I know who I am. Right, said the guides. Just get ready to be born tomorrow. And the little soul is born into a family where the mother is a loving, nurturing, absolutely beautiful person who is married to a very powerful man, but very manipulative, narcissistic. So they are both steeped in a victim-perpetrator triangle. And this little soul is born as a girl, and the girl grows up with the tender love of a mum who doesn't know who she is, has forgotten her own power, and is in many ways submissive to the will of the father, whom she regards as the ultimate authority, and she follows the rules of this world and obeys. And the little girl sees all of this and grows in that confusing environment, feeling that loneliness, feeling broken. And as a teenager, she meets boys who are the perfect replica of the father, mistreating her physically and emotionally. And one night she drank too much. She drove back to her place and got in an accident and passed away. Back on the School of Earth, she has the first review, life review with the guides. So now you're back into the essence of who you are. You're plugged back into Source. You've retuned yourself into the expansive vastness of who you are. But this experience was complete separation. How was it? The soul, for the first time, realized what it feels like to be in a body and to feel disconnected. She now has experienced that loneliness, the abuse, the sense of loss and grief. And even though it is not at all who she is, because she knows she's back into her true nature, she feels extreme love and compassion for that experience and is grateful for that life. Are you ready to go back? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I want to do better next time. And there she goes back into a number of lifetimes where she's born as a girl, experiences many scenarios, and grows from the challenges, experiencing a lot of the human emotions. Back to life review after life 33. So, they say the guides, how was that? Well, I still felt a lot of the disconnection, but this time I was able to find somebody I loved. We had children, and I felt that love. Unfortunately, one of our children passed away, and it was so much grief. But I realized that the grief comes with love. They're so intimately connected because that love on earth is so conditional. It's so tied with your outside world, with your circumstances. That was an intense life of really expanding into the painful and the beautiful. I really started feeling a sense of the tragic and the magic because I felt my son after I connected with him and he reminded me of who I was, of my essence, and that opened the door, opened a portal to something that down there on planet Earth I had never felt before. Good, 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 said the guides. You are doing well. So, what about going back down there and incarnating in a man in the lineage of these narcissistic men? Oh, yes, said the soul. Let's try the other side. And so it went on and was born as a boy in a family where there was a lot of tyranny, physical and emotional, and it experienced the pain of the young age, and the inner child had no other choice that numb himself and became another narcissistic figure and died at the old age of 90 after a long life where he had built an armor around himself, big, thick armor where he couldn't feel anything. He protected himself from the suffering, but he numbed himself from the joy and the love and the ecstasy of being. Couldn't appreciate anything. So, now for the life review with the guides. This life as a man? Oh my God, said the soul. I felt the other side. It is so weird now, looking back, to see how numb I was as a man, how much pain I felt in the first few years of my childhood, and how there was no other issue, or what it felt like to me, but just numb myself and survive in this world by becoming powerful in any ways I could. Yes, said the guides. Very good, very good. So, do you want to go back and experience other lives like this? Yes, said the soul. I want to understand. I want to go deeper. It's painful, but it is fascinating. So the soul goes back and experiences many other lifetimes with that theme of the narcissistic family traits as a lineage, where there's a victim, there's a perpetrator, or there's abuse, there's shame, there's guilt. In life 66, the man that he has become, who has started to soften and mellow, marries a beautiful woman who gets cancer, and he feels her. He feels the grief so much that it cracks him open. And suddenly the walls collapse, the armor collapses, and he feels that love that he has for her, which seems to be at the same time so incredibly powerful, beyond words, beyond worlds, with a depth that nothing could ever translate. And then she passes away, and as a promise, she asks him to love again, now that he has found love within himself. So he does in this life, not in the way she initially intended, but he becomes a charitable soul who helps people in need. Suddenly he realizes that it gives him so much more than everything he was trying to get through will, through power, because his heart is open and helping others, doing good for the highest good of all is a win-win situation. Suddenly, he's able to feel the sun on his skin. Suddenly, he's able to walk into a forest and feel the trees, hear the birds, the delicate melody of the stream, and he feels his heart tuned and aligned to that, and he expands. And now he knows he's part of something bigger than him, and he has managed to connect. He has managed to go beyond the boundaries of that world, of that body, into the other dimension of the heart. He's able to hug a child and feel the love and be marveled at a smile from a stranger, and cook beautiful food for his loved ones, and laugh and play and be such a beautiful soul that is respected by so many in his community as the man with a good heart, even though he still longs for the embrace of his beloved. He knows that she is there waiting for him on the other side of the veil. And she is the beautiful soul who was the gift of love on so many levels, breaking the cycle of many lifetimes of repression, of abuse, of protection. Now she cracked him open. Now he knows he has stepped into the beauty of being in a body and being in love with life. As he passes away in this lifetime, he is serene, he is complete, as he knows that she is there waiting for him. Life review after this lifetime. To the same question that the guides always ask, how was this lifetime? He just smiles. Now I understand. I understand what you were saying the first time I met you, and you reminded me of the other side of love, of the other side of compassion and joy. In this lifetime, she cracked me open, and that was the most beautiful gift of love anybody could have given me. In this lifetime, I started with that body, that family, the same theme, lifetime after lifetime, until I was ready to move, to shift. And the transformation is so beautiful and so painful at the same time. I understand now when they say it's both. I couldn't before. And I felt the love of being fully alive and the pain of being so broken you want to die. So isolated, I felt both. But love won the game because I chose to live on. I chose to love. I chose to honor the promise I had made to my wife and love life and keep my heart open. And then it was so beautiful because I felt for the first time the experience that I so wanted to experience before my incarnations, the beauty of being in a body, the juicy orange. Oh my God, the sun on my face, the trees I could hug. Nature is so beautiful, and I met some incredible people. So much love and devotion, friendship, where people just give you so much support. I understand why this is the planet of love. You grow so much, but it's so brutal at times. Wow, I want to go again and start from there this time and see how much I can feel even more and see how I can anchor more love, more compassion, and more wisdom and more fun and play in my next lifetime. This is part 2, and we sincerely hope that you today can live more fully, more beautifully, more joyfully, more lovingly than yesterday. We love you beyond words, beyond worlds. Namaste.